Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. We are getting the final stream of the day done. It's been one of those days where I thought I was going to get a lot more done than I did, and then I got stuck in rabbit holes. Do you know how that happens? Yeah, me either. Anyways, welcome to my channel. Hello, good evening. One of the joys of motherhood is that we're always doing something wrong. Yes, that's right, ladies. Everything that we do is under scrutiny. Every decision we make, every choice. It starts when you actually when you find out that you're expecting. And the debates happen about all the different forms of all the choices you have to make. Are you going to go to hospital? Is it going to be at home? What are you going to do for the medication? Is it going to be natural? What about that epidural? There are so many things. That's where it starts. And then it never stops, literally. Every single choice you make as a mother becomes the interest of everybody else. Oh, joys. Now, some of the choices we make should be scrutinized. You know, we probably shouldn't be pulling a Britney Spears and driving in a convertible with our baby on our lap. That's something we shouldn't do. You know, we probably shouldn't go skydiving with our babies. Those are things that maybe someone could say that's not a good idea, obviously. And then there's other things that are just, okay, that wasn't the best choice, but I'm just going to bite my tongue and not say anything. It's hard. I know, right? It's hard. You see that little kid in a car seat and it's not buckled in correctly. They're not using a pacifier and you don't like that. They're using a bottle. Some moms, no matter what you do, cannot bite their tongues. And unfortunately, in this day of social media, sometimes sharing a very innocent photo on Instagram can create hysteria. Yeah, that's right. So Amy Duggar was on Instagram and she shared this photo of her son and her husband because they fell asleep in the bed. And it was meant to be sort of this, oh, look what I caught. Look at how sweet and gentle that is. And she said, last night was the first night Daddy tried to put him to sleep on his own without me. It's so important that we have our own nighttime routine and sweet bonding time without Mom around. So I was in the next room getting some work done and I hadn't heard in a while, so I decided to check in on them. And y'all, my ovaries. Babe, if you see this, let's adopt like 50 children. You're the best dad. What a perfect, unfiltered moment. I'm so glad I walked in. So obviously it's Dylan and Dax and they fell asleep in the bed. And it's a sweet moment. Obviously, I'm guessing once she realized that Dax had fallen asleep there, she probably transferred him to his crib or to a pack and play. But before she did so, she snapped the photo because how adorable. Now, we all know that these things happen. When you have an infant, you're really tired, and sometimes you forget to move the baby. Sometimes that happens. Now, this is a hot topic because some people believe that they need to tell other people what to do in this situation because of what the CDC says and what the AAP says, and there's all these safe sleep groups and blah, 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 blah. That was clearly not her intention in sharing this photo, but unfortunately, it turned into this massive debate where people began fighting about how there was pillows and how there was blankets and how dare you. And then people were like, I've had 4 kids and we all did this and everyone was fine. And how, like, why aren't you practicing your ABCs of a lone back crib? Like, why isn't it in its own space? You know? And so this back and forth is going on and on her page. I mean, for days. People are yelling and screaming and going nuts at each other. Which, listen, I get it. If your point of going onto Amy's photo is to literally like scold her for what happened, you might need to reevaluate what you're doing in life, right? There's ways you can educate people without doing that, right? Now, I used to be a part of a world that was very into that kind of stuff. So I totally understand these safe sleep moms. They are very passionate about it. But I don't know that necessarily this is what was happening with Amy. Either way, Amy felt bad because people started arguing, started fighting, they started going at each other. I mean, comments were getting deleted. You could see comments of people like yelling at one mom and yelling at another mom and telling this mom she's dumb and that mom she's dumb. And it completely ruined this photo that she simply shared of her kid and her son, her husband and her son falling asleep. So she actually uploaded this. Amy is not a wallflower. She's not one to bite her tongue. And she shared this with her fans.
My goodness, there's so much hate on social media. I'm just trying to post a picture of my husband being sweet to our son because he's a good daddy, and instead I have moms attacking each other over co-sleeping or not co-sleeping or just anything. Parenting is hard enough, and being a woman is hard because we're always judged, we're always looked down on. I feel like we're always doing something wrong when really, no, my baby does not co-sleep with us. He does not sleep in bed with us. They fell asleep like that, and it's okay because my husband protected him and he's fine. In the morning, at like 6 in the morning, my husband will like go and get ready for work and stuff, and I will take Daxie and I will hold him in bed, and sometimes I doze off, but he's safe and secure. I don't like that women are bashing other women about how they're parenting. What matters is that we're all beautiful. We are trying our very best. We don't need someone to attack us and be negative toward us. I take criticism with a grain of salt because I realize that it's just someone's opinion. And I don't have to agree with them to be kind to them. And I wish a lot of other people would realize that you don't realize that when you put someone down online that you can't see, you have no idea how bad you're truly attacking them and how that affects their day. And so if you're feeling attacked on my page right now, I just wanted to say I'm very sorry. And you can spread the love of Jesus as much as you can, but people, they don't use honey to attract people. They're gonna use vinegar, and I can't do anything about it. And I'm so sorry.
You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar, y'all. I feel bad in the situation that she has to defend herself because, one, it's clear that this was like she was sitting in the other room. He was doing this to put her to bed, like for the very first time. He accidentally falls asleep. And then suddenly there's this swarm of people coming in to just dissect it. And then all of these women start fighting. And this is the issue, is that there's a way to express concern. I mean, why not just send her a message and be like, I hope this was not an all the time thing, or, I don't know. In this day and age, we have doctors that can help us talk to things, that can teach us, what we should and should not be doing. But unfortunately, when you have a baby, no one's perfect. No one. I fell asleep with my son numerous times while I was breastfeeding. It happens. You're tired. You are so exhausted you can't even think straight. And then you wake up and you're like, oh my God, they're in the bed with me. I got to move them. You can't beat yourself up about every single decision that you make. The older I get, the older my son gets, the less interested I am in pointing out other parents' mistakes, because I feel like every single parent will eventually figure it out. And yes, there are situations where there are tragedies that happen with this, but at the same time, why is that appropriate to bring up when she's literally just expressing that she's loving and caring for her husband and her son, and this is the sweetest thing? And it's very clear, she says, this was his first time putting him to bed. So maybe she has a conversation with Dylan and they talk about it. But starting a massive debate on her page, I just feel bad because now there's probably women on that page that feel bad. It creates this mom against mom. I mean, I agree with her. It's hard enough to be a damn mom. We don't need to be fighting about this kind of stuff. Okay? All right, you guys, I'd love to know what your thoughts are. I'll be back in a little while.